What's up, you guys? Kaiser here, might also go by Nathan, and today I have for you Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Today I'll be sporting a primarily UU team with Crobat, Blastoise, Chinchino, Florges, Porygon2, and Heracross, while he will be using a more OU-oriented team with his Greninja, Infernape, Porygon2, Aggron, Alakazam, and Sableye. So big threats on his team are definitely going to be his Greninja, who outspeeds most everything on my team, bar my Choice Scarf Heracross. His Sableye also scares me because he could potentially burn my Chinchino or my Heracross, making that a little bit more difficult to deal with the Mega Aggron, even though I do have a Blastoise who has Aura Sphere, who definitely 2-hit KO him. So let's go ahead and get started with this battle. Alright, so you guys, the rest of this narration is going to be a little bit quiet since people are sleeping at my house. So he's going to be leading off with his Aggron, and I predict that, so I lead off with my Crobat. And knowing that he's going to go for the Stealth Rocks first turn, I'm going to go ahead and go for the Taunt while he Mega Evolves. So you'll see he Mega Evolves, and I do get the Taunt off. And next you'll see that he does indeed try and go for the Stealth Rocks, and that does not work out for him. Now he makes a weird play here, going to his Greninja, when I could easily just U-turned out of there, which is exactly what I do. It takes almost half, or probably exactly half. And now I get to switch out into my Heracross. Now I know that I'm going to outspeed since my Heracross is Scarfed, so I go for the Mega Horn, predicting a possible switch into anything that could resist my close combat, but he doesn't end up switching, and I do get the early kill on the Greninja. So next I get my Moxie boost, and now he figures out that I am indeed Choice, so he goes into his Infernape, so that way he can go for some fire type attack. And he does indeed go for the Fire Punch, and since I decide to switch into my Blastoise, obviously it's not going to do all that much. Now I'm indeed a Mega Blastoise, so I decide to go ahead and Mega Evolve right here. And I go for the Water Pulse, but not before he gets his U-turn off. So he gets a crit. I don't think it was a huge deal, and now I see that he's Life Orb, so that's going to be some useful information for me a little bit later in the battle. Now he goes into his Porygon2, and you're going to see with this Water Pulse, I was completely shocked at how well that this Porygon Z took it. You know, it took less than half. I think it was probably the min max damage, but I mean, who knows. So now he goes for the Discharge after getting his download boost, and it does a little over a third, since I decided to put all of my investment in this Florges into physical defense, knowing that, well, Scizor is a pretty common counter to it. So he goes for a Psychic, fishing for the special defense drop, while I go for the Wish, knowing that I can tank any special attack that he has for me. So I do take the second Psychic with about 21 HP, and I get a Moonblast off, and it does the same amount as Water Pulse, so I'm almost positive it was min-max damage off that Water Pulse, absolute minimum. So here I don't really want to stay in, because he's just going to keep on spamming his Discharges or Psychics, so I go off into my Porygon2, hoping I could possibly get the special attack raise after tracing his download, but I do not get it, but not a huge deal. So he goes for the Discharge here. There's not much he can really do against my Porygon2, since I am the Violet with, I think I put about 80 EVs in its special defense. So he keeps on going for Discharges and Psychics. He does eventually get the special defense drop with his Psychic, and now I'm able to finish him off with my own Discharge. So obviously Porygon2 outclasses Porygon Z, since Porygon2 is just better. Anyway. So he switches out into his Sableye, and not really sure what he wants to do here, so I just go ahead and switch out into my Florges, hopefully scare him out with my Moonblast, and predicting a switch out because he is scared of my Moonblast, I go into my Heracross. Unfortunately, he predicts that and goes for the Will-O-Wisp, and it's not going to be, and unfortunately that was one of my fears, because of this Sableye. Now I have to switch out because I don't have anything for his Sableye. Now he goes to the taunt here, and this time he is gonna have to switch because Moonblast is my only attack, and he ends up switching out into his Aggron. And look at how much his Moonblast does. It's actually amazing how much. I was actually pretty surprised. I have no special attack investment, and it almost does a quarter. Get the special attack drop, doesn't really matter. A little more lefties recovery, and I was just so shocked. So here I don't really feel like switching out, so I just go straight for another Moonblast, and it brings him down to about half. And he does indeed get his Stealth Rocks up, but at this point in the game it's not too huge of a deal, except for my Crobat, which really doesn't have much more use in this battle, but actually he does, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Now I know he's going to go for an Iron Head, so I have to switch out in Porygon2, knowing that he's going to go for that Iron Head, and I trace his filter, which is pretty nice. So he gets the Iron Head off, and then since this Porygon2 is bold with about 180 or so defense EVs, he is easily going to take that Iron Head. And so I go for the cover, he goes for the Body Slam. Body Slam doesn't even do anything, so that was really nice. And here I got a little bit lucky. I go for the Discharge, hoping that his Aggron would stay, and I actually get the Parahacks on his, good lord, I can't talk anymore. Got the Parahacks on his Infernape, which is going to be really nice. Predicting the Mach Punch, obviously I have to switch out into my Crobat, which is going to easily tank that since it's quad resistance. Now he takes a little bit more Life Orb damage, and here I think I go for the Brave Bird. Yes, I do. So I do go for the Brave Bird, and surprisingly it does over half. So I'm assuming that this Save Life variant might be specially defensive, just by the damage that I did, but I'm not 100% sure. So here, instead of going for the taunt, predicting his taunt, I decided to go for the U-turn, which ended up working out in my favor because all I did was recover. So no burning on my Crobat or anything. So I get to go into my Blastoise, Mega Blastoise. And knowing that he can't really do anything here, even if he went for the Will-O-Wisp, I just go straight for the Water Pulse, and it easily takes out his Save Ice. So at this point, I figured out he's probably physically defensive. I have no idea what his spread is because that Brave Bird did a lot more than I expected. Someone can tell me the calcs. You can go ahead. Now he switches into his Alakazam. I thought he was going to take me out here with the Psychic, but instead he overpredicts and goes for Calm Mind. So I do get a Dark Pulse off, and it does. And it almost kills it, but it's not quite enough. So now he does go and kill me with the critical hit Psychic up, which obviously didn't matter. And now I get to go into my Crobat, and since Crobat has base 130 speed, as opposed to Alakazam's base 115, I get to go for the U-turn first, and he dies. So, contrary to what I said earlier in the video, Crobat does play a neat role in this battle. He has a niche for just outspeeding pokes that are almost dead and just kills them right there. So now I go out into my Pokerus, which is my Choice Scoffed Heracross, and knowing I can kill him with, and so he goes out in his Infernape, and knowing I can kill him with any attack of mine, I decide to go for the close combat just so I can get the kill and hopefully the Moxie boost. And yes, I do indeed get it, and even if he went for the Mach Punch, it would have done negligible damage, so not a huge deal. So last but not least, he goes out into his Aggron, and I am able to kill him with a close combat, but it is a crit, which I don't think would have mattered too much in the end. I mean, he probably could have taken out my Heracross right there, but I still had, who did I have left? I had Florges, I had Porygon2, and I had Chinchino waiting in the wings, so, yeah, good game, did amazing. Hope you guys like the content on my video. Hopefully I am getting better at narrating these battles. Do rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.